Hey, what's up? This is Sifu Kuttel and welcome to Tai Chi Connection, the series where we look at the movements between the movements. Now today we're going to be focusing on moving from fan through the back to parry and punch. And though the transition itself does a lot on its own, there are a couple of details that you'll need to really pay attention to as you do this because it is a very unique transition. Now, one of the things that I want you to look at is paying attention to the timing of your hands and feet together. And then the other is the direction of motion of your arms, whether you're trying to move horizontal or you're trying to move vertical. So let's go get to work. Okay, so let's start from a fan through the back position. So we're going to start with our right hand up, left hand out and forward in a bow stance, and we're pressing out towards our left. Now from here, the transition is simple. We're going to take our right fist, drop it down to the left hip, turn as we pivot the foot, shift the weight over to the right and bring this hand down. Now, this is where the transition gets a little bit unclear, okay? So let's do the movement first and then we'll finish up with all the details. From here, I'm going to shift back again, bring my hands up as I step forward, turn to parry, and then finish with the punch. Now, of course, you can finish with the push, but all I'm gonna focus on today is up to the punch itself, okay? Now, let's first look at the timing of the footwork because this is easy in the first part as we shift, but in the second part where we're taking the steps, it's very easy to put too much weight on our front foot as we go for the punch itself. Okay, so again, from our fan through the back position, I'm just going to turn as I drop the hand down to the hip, keeping this hand up, shifting back so that I can lift my foot. So this is your first thing you want to make sure you can do is lift and raise your right foot. And we're just simply going to turn it so that when we step to a bow stance, this is at our proper 45. So you don't have to make a huge lifting step here, just step so that you can be in the correct position. Okay, so again, I turn and pivot, shifting back, raise, 1, I'll just focus on the footwork from here, 2, reach, so that the toes touch the ground, or the heel touches the ground first. So I just want to reach that foot forward and then shift and let the toes drop. Okay, so again, if I'm facing this way, I'm going to turn, shift back, change my foot position, 1, shift forward, 2, heel touches first, then the toes, and then I'm going to complete the turn for that parry, and then I can shift forward for the punch itself. Okay, now let's work the hands with it. Again, pay attention to the feet as you do this, because again, it's very easy for us to overstep and then be weighted on our front foot before we even turn for the parry, and then there's no power from driving from that back leg for our punch. And that's really what we want to get out of this technique. Okay, so again, I'll start from my fan through the back. I'm going to drop the hand, my right hand comes down, fist at the waist, left hand stays over as I turn. Now the left hand comes down as I shift back. As I turn the foot, the hand is going to come up, and we want this to be a horizontal motion. Don't think of rolling it and straight down here. We want to think of it as if somebody's grabbing our hand and we're releasing the grab. Okay, so you can also think of this as a block, but don't put too much energy into it that you're also now trying to go too far out to the side. We're just turning the hand over. That's all we're doing. Okay, so again, from here, I shift. Now, hand and foot together, 1. Now, as I come forward, my hand will match my ear, or match up to the ear as the foot comes next to the other foot. And then I'll step forward, heel first, toes come down, and then this hand goes vertically, okay? If I'm facing towards you, at this part, you'll notice very much that this hand is traveling horizontal, and then this hand is going to travel vertical, almost like I'm chopping down. Once I arrive at that center point, I'm extended, then I finish by turning my waist. You don't need to turn too far away. You just need to turn enough to where your arm The hand is off to the hip and shoulder. We just need to parry and redirect. We don't need to try to totally slap that arm away, okay? Once we finish the parry, now they're open, we're going to follow up with the punch, okay? And that's where we want to push with that back leg, shift the body weight forward, and turn the waist to actually power the punch itself, okay? So, again, pay attention to the feet. Make sure the timing of right with right, left with left, but we also want to make sure that we don't shift too soon. And pay attention to this direction, okay? So again, if I'm moving from here, my fan through the back, drop the hand, keep the other hand up, shift back, 1, step forward, 2, turn, punch. And of course you can finish with the rest of the technique. Okay, so there you have it. A really nice simple breakdown for this technique, and it really comes down to matching the timing of your feet and hands, not shifting forward too soon, and also the direction of the arms. So really pay attention to moving this arm horizontally and then this arm vertically, and not trying to match the two into one. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, and as always, be sure to subscribe. Till next time, this is Sifu Kuttel.
Bam.